And we're back up and running. Wonderful. So, my microphone is pulling from the wrong thing. God damn it. It's not default. It's the high definition audio device. There we go. Okay, so, where we left off last time. The party was in the wonderful town of Birchnest. Birchnest? Fucking...
No, it went wrong.
They were planning to figure out how to get to Birchnest. And they had ended up following a lead from Helga's basement of her previous life details to figure out where she had been taken to and who her potential assailants were. And it resulted... God, you gotta love the fact that I am half forgetting everything I've already said. They had gone to the mayor and were in the process of trying to figure out whether they were going to choose to help him. So, as the mayor concludes his little interaction with you, you are escorted out of his office, as Mayor Marigold excuses you to go and have some deliberation time, and you are back in Sabrina's lounge, as she is making tea for you all, and you're trying to figure out what to do. Whether you intend to help the mayor, or if you plan to bypass him completely and head straight to your next location, being Birchnest itself. Roll scene, smiley face.
So, the mayor seems, quite nice. It would be distraction from matron.
I mean, Zuman seems like a dick.
Yeah, he doesn't actually seem very nice, and I don't know if he's actually... If we help him, will he even have any more information for us?
And will
Will he even tell us
information?
Well, he's given us a place, but it'd be nice to know more.
Out of character, what's he given us so far?
You know, so the rough summary of the details he has given you, he may or may not have details on the recent travel permits that have been studied within the town itself, as to what is being imported and exported here. And you are aware that there was a carriage that came through here with a large anti-magic crate that had to have a wheel fixed for the actual carriage carrying it.
Anti-magic crate.
And that what he wants you to do is to discourage a particular citizen from interrupting/intercepting the powdered star herb that he has been having ordered to his estate. However, he has not given you too much detail outside of that.
I'd like to find out from this person why they're trying to prevent this, to be honest.
Oh, he also told us about that the group was going to Birchnest.
Yes.
I have that in my notes. So we know a place.
Yeah, you know a place.
So if things don't work out, we still have a next location.
You do have a next location to figure out, yes.
Wait, so we know where they are, so why do we need him?
Because for the sake of stating what may or may not be inherently obvious to you...
Because he gave us this information?
Partly, yes. Partly because the only method of travel you have right now is via Mason, who has not really made any sort of point or claim that he is willing to take you beyond Wormwood. So as far as you understand... So we want him for his
resources as opposed to more information?
Yes, because as of current, there is no reason to assume that Mason would abandon his mother to take you any further than the current town, from what you know of Mason himself.
We could try and ask him.
Well, both him and Xavier are not in this room currently. They are basically enjoying the little jacuzzi outside whilst you guys figure out what you're doing.
I think we need to help the mayor. I don't know that we'll have another choice.
Hmm.
Even if he isn't nice.
Well, it doesn't sound like what we have to do is exactly that bad.
We can do it quickly, move on.
Not that we have to kill them.
What do you think,
I've always
Florian?
asked Mason and Xavier for their opinion. I mean, I think I know what Xavier's opinion would be, but
I think we. Maybe we can try the help the mayor, but only for a little bit
you mean we
because
do
I don't want
this
them to get
and we're
away.
out? If he says, "Oh no, now you must do this thing for me," we're like, "No," because I get the
Sounds good.
feeling we're gonna do this for him, and then he's gonna ask for something else.
Well, we will draw the line. This and nothing else. Mugmug want to save Matron.
As you are discussing this, Mason and Xavier have returned into the room.
Hello. Did you enjoy the jacuzzi?
Yeah, it's real bubbly. It's fun. And though listening to him prattle all about how much he likes bubble baths is draining. Have you come to your ultimate decision on what to do about the very obvious choice?
We are thinking that we do this in hopes of getting more information and potentially more resources.
And,
But if he moves the goalpost, then we tell him to fuck off.
and,
Because I get the feeling that he's going to ask for something else as soon as this is done.
well,
I
I
just want to
mean,
take advantage of her.
that seems a little bit presumptuous, don't you think?
He's kind of an asshole.
He just seems a little bit of his own ass, to be honest. If he's getting plenty of tail, it could be what's influencing his decisions. If I was a guy getting plenty of guys, I'd probably be a bit egotistical too. Well, it's just a matter of opinion.
Well, we don't have to hurt the person we're interacting with, we just have to find out what's going on and try and get them to stop. So, I see no harm in at least trying.
Is this the mutual feeling of the party? As I will now ask
Yeah.
you for a decision. Are you correct me if I'm wrong, or if anybody disagrees with what I say, because this is your decision. The plan is to help the mayor, but the moment that he changes what he wants you to do, in trade for the information, you will abandon ship. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
I
not a
think
service.
this is a sound decision.
Okay.
I'll tell everyone how shit the mayor is.
No, because then he'll send someone after us.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Vicious cycle.
Florian, please do not threaten the mayor again, please.
You get chased
What
by a
was the
man.
plan
Okay, I
with that?
didn't mean to.
You are very
Sorry.
lucky that that worked.
You are very
I am
lucky
very cute.
indeed. Never do it again.
Nuh-uh.
So,
Can I speak to Mason?
you may. Are you doing this in the room with everyone else, or are you taking him to the
I'd like to
side?
take him to the side.
Okay, to take him to the side, off to one of the little waiting rooms that Sabrina has as her. Just as a reminder for the party, her home is kind of like attached to the mayor's residence. So you take him off to the side. He looks a little confused.
So, how are you holding up?
Well, it's a lot. I'm enjoying being out on an adventure.
You are?
Yeah. And he ponders for a moment. ain't exactly the first time I've been out on an adventure, but me ma's,
You've been on adventures before?
yeah.
What did you do? What did you get up to?
Well, I went exploring around the place, and there was a real nice guy that I got along with, but, unfortunately he passed on.
Oh, that is terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that.
He shrugs. Well, ain't the first time. Turns out if you, get a little bit too close to Daisy, she gets a little snack hungry.
Oh no, okay, I was not expecting that.
She gets hangry and she likes short people.
What is Daisy?
She's this big, purple-skinned monster. Big
purple
horns.
skin.
Big orange-colored mane.
That'd be nature or history check.
I'll say history.
Bollocks. Ten. Do I know what you're referring to?
Yes, he is talking about a behemoth. A very...
Daisy is the behemoth?
Well, yeah.
What the fuck?
You seem confused by that.
That's it for a cow.
No, that's Betsy.
Oh yes, okay.
Mima used to...
That's pretty incredible that she can keep
Yeah.
a behemoth as basically a pet.
Well, yeah. Mima used to have a little ranch for behemoths. We used to grow them, and when they got old enough, we'd,
You used to herd behemoths?
well, Mima did. That's when
That's metal as fuck.
all my brothers and sisters were, living with us still. But they all moved out after, what happened to Pa. Pa was a bit, of an adventurous type, you might put it.
Yeah?
He put his hoo-ha in the wrong person's hole, and well, things went a bit south.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Turns out, if you sleep with someone from an assassin's guild, they have a tendency to snap your neck. From what Mima was saying, he had a real stupid look on his face when he came back. They were saying something about him being murdered by somebody with what they imagine was a pillow, or something like that.
Oh my, okay. That is
Roll an insight check.
a little bit crazy. Insight check, 13.
You realize the way, like, as he continues to describe what happened to his pa, it sounds like somebody just got strangled to death with a pair of thick thighs.
How means the worst face to go?
So essentially what, like, Mason describes to you is that you're not sure if this is the first father figure he's had, or a further one. Because he can't, like, as he describes it, it doesn't sound like this is the first time this sort of thing has happened. But essentially, this father figure cheated on Belle, and then essentially ended up getting killed by the person that he was cheating with her on.
Well, some people have a type, and some people that type is not exactly safe.
Well, anyway, me ma has had a few friends. Made me giggle when I was just a little guy like yourself. Well, littler than you. Me ma had a customer come in and ask her if she was the one that was making the cream. That was quite funny.
You said all your brothers and sisters left.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
didn't you? Did you ever think of leaving?
well, I mean, I'd like to, but, you know, and he looks apprehensive. I mean, it's kind of my responsibility.
I mean, your Mima seems like a pretty capable woman.
Yeah, but
She could probably run things by herself.
she got sad being on her own.
Oh, okay.
So she's told me if I meet the
Maybe she
right,
needs to get back into dating again.
well, about that. She ain't exactly found the right person. You know what I'm saying? They see big Mama Bull and they go, Well, I believe the last person who tried to make moves on her said they wanted to sheathe them titties. Something about making a pronouns joke or something like that. I don't get it, but
I don't get it either. But
she don't exactly attract the right type of people.
you might get lonely, but you also have to think of yourself.
Well, I mean, I'd like to go venturing, but
You would.
yeah. Me ma told me that when I find myself the right guy that makes me happy, I should go after him. And that she'd be perfectly fine running the estate or running the barn and the estate and land on her own. Well, I find a bunch of guys I like, but they don't seem to like me back.
No, that happens sometimes.
I think they
There
get,
is someone out there for you.
and he like, there's a little flex in front of him. He's like, I think they get intimidated by my big muscles.
They're pretty big.
Wait. And he ponders for a second. Oh, that'd be stupid. He looks at you. Roll an insight check.
That's 16.
He has a slight hopefulness to his eyes. You recognize this look. You've caught him occasionally looking at you, Hugmug and Florian like this. But there seems to be a slightly higher level of intensity to that hopefulness as he's looking at you. I mean, do you like me?
I think you're very handsome.
He ponders for a moment.
I have not yet decided who I like. These last few days have been very crazy.
Well, I mean, no, I
mean,
understand.
my fucking
that,
house
but-
burned down, so...
No, I'm not. And he gets very flustered and stuff.
Hey, no, it's okay, it's okay.
Well-
He puts a hand on his shoulder, and it's like, don't worry about it.
I mean, if you think I'm nice, I could come with you. I just
I
don't
think you're
want.
very pretty. You'll come with.
I just don't want to go to Mima, say that I'm leaving, then come back a few weeks later with a broken heart.
Well,
You know? I mean, your other friends seem nice, but I mean, I saw the way that Florian was reacting the moment that big cat lady came in. Would have thought it would have exploded right then and there.
yeah, that's blindingly obvious, yeah.
I mean, call it a call it a bit of a jump to assumption, but it looked like he was going camping the moment he saw her. You know?
I do not know where I am, where they are, or what's going to go on. I do not know anything about what is happening romantically or whatever, but I do know that I enjoy your company.
He ponders this for a moment.
And, unfortunately, we have no way of getting to the next town. Or the town after that. Or the town after that. We're a little bit stuck.
Well,
So, we could use your help if you want to stay.
it might seem a little mean, but would you mind pretending with me for Mima's sake? Because it'll break her big heart to see me leaving without, you know.
But you do want to leave.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to break her heart.
Okay.
Mima's precious to me.
Well, I guess it would have to be you and maybe you and Huggy, because she already seems to think that I'm getting it on with Xavier.
No, she just thinks that you're a little, explorative.
Okay, then when we get back, at least for the day, you are my boyfriend.
And
And he puts him on the nose.
the way that his face lights up, it's like somebody just decided to enable the sun. He has the biggest fucking grin on his face. That'd be great, even if it ain't true, you know.
Come on, bring it in, big guy. Come on.
And he basically picks you up off the floor and squeezes you to the point where you hear the joints in your back click. So it sounds like somebody's playing a cracking xylophone.
Okay. Then he's like,
Before he puts you back down.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh. Oh.
It just means that
Like mother, like son. Jesus
I
Christ.
get to go on an adventure, and well, Mima gets to stay happy.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Speaking of,
I do enjoy your company. You're a nice guy.
and he visibly blushes at that.
Come on, I guess we have some anti-drug protester to silence, I suppose.
And as you start making your way back, you notice that Xavier is giving you death glares. Not so much because you've just returned back with Mason, but it seems like something that you have said or done has very much hurt his feelings. You recognize this from the one time the way you upset Hugmug, and he tried to squint at you the entire time.
But he couldn't quite figure out the squinting, so he just closed his eyes looking at me the whole time.
Basically, yeah. Essentially, it seems like that something that you have said or done, or some sort of situation has visibly upset him, but he is very clearly trying not to express it.
Marcel does not notice.
No, he does not.
So Marcel just goes and waves
He rolls his eyes and looks away from you.
because he notices he's being looked at.
So, are you going back in to let the mayor know that you'll be doing the job, basically? That you'll be helping him?
I guess we have to.
Yes.
And how would you like to do this? Your whole group going in together, or are you sending in a spokesperson?
I can do it. Or we can go in together, as long as you don't fucking threaten him again.
Send Florian in his own.
Don't let Florian in.
Florian looks at the floor guiltily.
Florian not allowed.
It's okay, negotiation is a skill. It takes a while to get it right.
Says the person with 10 charisma.
Shut up.
I'm like mean gay mode today.
You are.
It's fun.
That's problematic.
When am I not problematic? I'm a white homosexual man. I'm always some degree of problematic.
Oh no, not a homosexual. Oh my god.
Oh no, I'm a furry.
He's white.
No.
And a furry? God, could you make it any worse?
Struggle.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Platonically. So,
He's
am I-
asking to be bullied. Bully him.
am I under the presumption that
Platonically.
everybody is going into the into
No,
the
not
office?
Florian.
Not Florian.
Florian
Yeah.
has to stand
Florian is
outside.
banned.
Against
Not
Susan.
Florian.
Platonically,
Everyone but me.
are you leaving Florian with Sabrina?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Apparently.
So, Florian,
Yes.
you are left in Sabrina's capable hands as everybody else goes back to the mayor's office. And the moment you are left alone together, she slinks over, sits on the chair on this big plush sofa next to you, and unfortunately for you, she's got enough beef behind her that she dips the chair. So the cushion dips under her caboose, and you find yourself slowly leaning towards her as the divot is enough that you start basically tilting. So, I can't help but notice that we're alone together. Would you like some head pets?
Yes, please. And I'll just rest my head on her lap and just...
You notice that her thighs are very soft and pillowy as she very gently lifts the hat off of your head, puts it next to you, and starts not like digging in enough that it hurts, but just on the borderline of that. She starts gently clawing the top of your head. So deep, slow scritches as your
just
chin.
purr.
She seems to very much enjoy that. And she's looking at you with the eyes of, I could get used to this.
Aw, that's cute.
And so that continues whilst the others go into the office. as Mayor Marigold swivels around his chair the moment you enter. Well. Hi.
Hello.
Have you finished your deliberations?
Yes, we will do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he swings his legs up onto his desk. So, are you going to help or no?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, the person that I would like you to go and have a full chit-chat with is a wood elf Aasimar woman known as Fiona.
So, are we talking like chit chat or chit chat? He like
I have
cracks
no
his
idea.
knuckles as he says it.
They are the same thing as far as I'm concerned. You see, those herbs are very important to the running of this establishment. So I must kindly ask you to respectfully deter her from, intervening.
Okay.
And you notice that there might be an opportunity here for you to interrogate further, depending on how careful you are with your questions. If you choose to do so, you can just choose to walk out of the room and leave.
Can I smell anything interesting?
Roll a perception check based on scent.
Okay.
So,
How
how long has she been messing with
17?
you?
17.
Yeah.
You notice the scent of the scent of incense, and a scent towards the back of the room that you are not quite familiar with, that I can only describe as smelling ever so slightly sweaty.
Can
Oh,
I
no.
see if there are any hidden doors?
How are
my-
you doing this?
With my spell to find hidden doors.
Yes.
Is that
He might
in
notice
your
you doing
head, or
that.
do you have to see verbal components and shit for that?
You would have to say verbal components because you are not a high-level illusionist.
Oh,
so
okay. Ignore it. I don't want to be sus.
You may do
I don't want to be
so.
sus.
If you
Hmm?
roll high enough on stealth.
Excuse me, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I don't think I'm gonna risk it.
Okay.
So how long has
Understandable.
this person been messing with you?
Well. And he's going to roll an insight check. That is a 19. He doesn't quite pick up on the very distinct line of questioning, assuming that you want to know more about the details.
I'm trying to find out more about the details.
Well, this Fiona lady has been intervening with the flow of these herbs. She's been doing it for a little while now. But you see, a good mayor like myself. Obviously, I may have a few gentlemen every now and again to provide the role of a jester. But you see, I like to occasionally have existential crises. But I don't like them happening during the middle of my meetings. So occasionally I will dip into these herbs and give myself an existential crisis, just like Mama used to make.
What,
But that's
so
not what the herbs are entirely used for.
Okay.
That's not their explicit purpose.
So
I
Marcel
like
just
to
letting
help
him
myself.
talk. Because he's just sort of knowing that the guy's ego is going to propel him forward. He's going to nod his head, talk, and look like he's absolutely enthralled with what he's saying.
And he eats this up as he rolls a 7 on an intelligence check to try and figure out what's going on. He just assumes that he's enraptured you with the sound of his voice. And well, you see, the most inconvenient thing happens. You see, I tend to sweat a lot when I'm having these periods of existential dread.
Oh no.
100%. That's why I will have to apologize and he waves his hand. Moki, you notice, is waving his hand towards the section of the room that you picked up that slightly sweaty smell from. You see, that's what I like to call the sad corner,
Ah.
where I go and vent my existential crises about the world, cry, eat spaghetti, and then I'm fine.
What's wrong with the world? What is it you do not like?
Oh, what isn't wrong with the world? Well, you see, my genetics for one of them. They make me the freakiest motherfucker, and I am looking like I'm walking around with a heavily sharpened pencil. It's terrible. Talking about my hair, obviously.
Nothing wrong with being a little freaky.
I know, right? And Sabrina's all like, but you shouldn't use your desk for that purpose. And I'm like, but Sabrina...
That's probably only because she has to clean it.
Well, that's a her problem, not a me problem.
Okay. I see your point.
I mean, come on. If you're like me, double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, and you hear a little clippity-clap noise from behind the desk and he wiggles it in the chair. If you've got it, you might as well flaunt it. I don't see the problem with that.
No, I respect that.
A man of culture, honestly.
So, do you know anything more about this Fiona woman?
Well, she's, and he ponders for a moment. Well,
Like, has
she's...
she got a grudge against you? Or is it just moral obligation?
I don't know. Honestly, she's just getting in the way. And I don't like that. Because I already have enough inconveniences when I snag my shirt on the door handle and it tears slightly.
No.
Oh, don't even. I had a little fit in the corner over there. It's probably why you can smell existential dread in the corner of the room right now.
So that's what that smells like.
I didn't even have spaghetti to get myself together and yet look at me. And he waves at his face. You wouldn't
You're
be
doing
able to
so
tell.
well.
I know! Life is terrible, and yet here I am, slaying. Anyway.
How do you do it?
Depression, spaghetti,
Oh,
and lots and lots and lots and lots of hot men.
Out of character laughing.
you should
you say
write a
anything?
book.
I should, bro. You know what? That's genius. Sabrina! And you watch as he reaches into his drawer and rings this little bell, and you all get to watch the first-person POV of Sabrina walking in with Florian kind of huddled up in her arm, being pet. Yes, what is it? Well, darling, this absolutely inspired young woman has told me I should write a book. Quick, get the nearest newspaper writer. I must have my story written. We shall call it Existential Dread and Pasta.
And like Florian's gonna like sort of nudge
Truly are
her
inspiring.
and
Your name is Marcel, not Florian.
Florian, sorry, but sorry, I've had a few as well. Marcel's going to like nudge the two people in the room with him to like, yeah, okay, this is probably our time to exit. He's probably not going to talk to us anymore because he's now going to be busy writing a book.
We to leave.
Can I get a signed first edition?
Of course, darling. It's only
Yay.
fair. I gave you the misery of missing when I beamed that bag of money at you, so it's the least I can do. Sabrina, can you put that little putty tat down, please? We must get my life story, chapter 1, and then you are very politely ushered out the room by Sabrina, as you do not want to experience this.
Marcel turns to Mocha. We totally should have asked for royalties for coming up with, for giving him the idea. 10%.
I just want it to be nice.
So, now you have
I
been
mean,
ushered out the
I'd like a
room.
fruit bowl.
Mhm. You notice that Xavier has taken the fruit bowl and hands
Wait,
it
like,
to
is the
you.
fruit still there, or is it just got the bowl?
And the fruit is still within it. He's very clearly spotted that you were staring at it, and you notice that there is a tiny level of kleptomania involved with this, because he just thinks, as he's sitting there giggling to himself, like, if you could imagine the monotonous monotonous, deep-voiced Xavier chuckling to himself at the fact he's just taken this man's fruit bowl and intends to leave it outside his door.
The Hoover engages.
So you consume a large variety of different fruits. They're all quite juicy and rich.
And then I give the empty bowl back to Xavier. Thank
And
you!
Xavier puts it by the door as you all go out into the town in preparation to resolve this problem.
Let's do it.
You now need to work out where this Fiona woman is.
Fiona!
We ask around. We'll go around to random people and just be like,
Did he give us a...
hey, have you seen a woman called Fiona?
Yeah? You can certainly do that.
Go for it.
Okay. So the first person that you end up walking up to is this horsefolk male who appears to be wearing some sort of heavy-looking metallic armor.
Oh, hi, have you met a woman called Fiona? She's a wood elf Asmar. We're looking for her.
Fiona. Why, yes, I have in fact met her. She's an absolutely wonderful individual. A little bit strange, in my personal opinion, but I could take you down to her shop. She is one of the alchemists in this town.
Oh, that's very helpful.
Okay, thank you.
It is perfectly fine.
Is that how he says goodbye?
No, he's very clearly like doing the equivalent of clearing his throat as he leads you all down the road towards this little alchemy shop on the corner. And the little shop sign on the front is Justicar's Alchemicals.
Shall we go in?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless... And you know, as Mason starts talking, you turn around, and I'd like everybody to make perception checks.
What's that?
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Ooh, big number.
Big money.
No, not Big Mummy, Big Money.
Well, no, Sabrina's back.
What?
So she might have.
Perception. 23.
Hugmug?
17.
Marcel?
13.
Mocha?
No. 7.
And Scoria?
16.
16. Okay. So the only one of you to notice is Florian. You are missing a person. Xavier is not
Who
here.
would say? Is it Xavier?
You notice
I'll
that
go
Xavier
looking
has
for
swung
him.
off. Are you going to point this out to the rest of your companions, or are you going to just ignore it and move on?
Yeah, sure. Where's Xavier, guys?
He was right there a second ago.
Well, I mean, I ain't seen anything. I was too busy focusing on other stuff, I guess. Although I do remember seeing a billboard a little while back that was had a few bits and pieces on it. Something
A
about
billboard?
local hiring guilds, something like that. Talking about,
You think he's left to join the guild?
I doubt
Xavier
that.
gets to go to a guild.
I think he might just be looking at some of the recent news. You know, since I guess the Shattered Antler's probably like a guild of some kind, maybe. I don't know. If you want, I can
It
go
is a
look
guild,
for him.
yes.
If you want, I can go look for him. Let you guys
Um,
deal with our esteemed guest.
I have a good look for him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll be back later.
I said I have a good look for him.
Oh,
Stay
you
safe.
won't go look for him.
Yes.
Okay. You want me to come with, or? You want me to stick with these guys?
Stick with them.
Is anybody going to object to
Don't go.
Marcel going to go and find Xavier?
Yeah, don't go alone.
On your own?
This is. You get lost, you'll die.
Yes.
I like you.
You will die.
You don't know where you're going.
So,
Agnes, don't think Marcel going alone.
just in spite of these objections, are you still going?
Yes.
Is anybody going to attempt to physically stop him?
Yes.
Can't one of us just go with him?
One of you could go with him, yes. That will mean that you are not able to employ your own abilities to potentially handle your guest should things get more tense.
What if we just go with him and then, because we know where it is now, so we can just go
Yeah?
look for him and then come back. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay.
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 Is everybody in harmony with this decision?
Well, we need to
Okay.
find him, or we'll lose Marcel.
Okay. So you guys go with Marcel to go and find where Xavier's gone.
Marcel is, what's the word? Sulking. The fact that everyone's gone with him.
And after a little bit, you end up back at the town square, where you do in fact find your missing person. You find Xavier observing a billboard of recent major guilds that have hired new members.
Don't get lost.
Hello.
We need you.
You disappeared.
Duh.
You wanted to make sure you're okay.
I'm fine. What do you mean, am I okay?
You disappeared without a word. You could have been kidnapped.
Oh no, it's not like I'm used to working on my own. God forbid the person that is capable of making you believe that your guts are falling out is going to fall prey to some pathetic little bandit. Honestly. You
I
panic
mean,
too
it is
much.
more the little bandits that are chasing us.
Ugh, whatever. I will come with now, what? You're wasting your time coming to find what I'm doing. I'm just checking information. And he takes one of the leaflets off of the board and
Just
puts
wanted
it
to
in
make
his
sure you were
bag.
okay.
He gives you a genuine scowl, Marcel, as you ask that. What are you, my mother? Wait, no, you wouldn't be, because she's dead.
Okay.
Now put a cork in it. We have stuff to do. Have you
We
found this
broke to
person?
the alchemy
have, yes.
class.
We had gotten to the door and we were about to go say hello. And then we noticed that you had gone.
Okay, your point.
Well, it puts minds to rest if you know where the person is.
Right, then I have to address you whenever I want to go off on my own. Right. Point taken. Let's go.
Okay.
And so you end up going back to the building. You go back to Justicar's Alchemicals. And I presume you're going in?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So your little group enters the shop, and you notice that the woman at the counter matches exactly the description that you were given. A rather beautiful looking young wood elf woman. And
That's her.
you spot that
Look to someone else to do the
you spot
negotiations.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I look to someone else to do the negotiations this time.
Okay. Well, you notice that she is an Asmar because she does not have pupils. Her eyes are a solid colour. And that's the dead giveaway.
Scoria, do you want to take this one?
What?
Talk to the nice lady. I assume she's nice.
She seems quite nice. She's
What do
very.
you want me to say?
Just talk.
No,
Fine, I'll do it.
thank you.
What was the shop for again? What did she do?
She is She is a
Alchemist.
alchemist. Yes.
Okay. In I go.
Okay.
Is
so
there a little bell on the door?
Well, you're in.
Are
the
we
building.
Oh,
not
we're in the
going in
building,
with
so we're
you?
just standing there.
Yeah.
Muttering to ourselves.
Yes. She assumes that you are just other patrons of her shop. As she has wrapped up a sale with one of the clients that she has.
Okay, so we'll go up to the desk. Counter.
Counter. She greets you. Oh, hello. How may I help you?
Hello, I am Marcel. Nice to meet you.
My name's Fiona. Fiona Justicar. How might I help you today?
A couple of things.
Yes.
Definitely in the market for some potions. That would be nice.
Wonderful.
But also here on, I guess, business. I mean, I'm not really involved with it, so I don't really know what's going on.
Okay.
But, had a rather choice conversation with the mayor.
You notice her body language immediately bolt, as though she is preparing for some sort of confrontation. Yes.
And he said some strange things.
As he normally
So
does.
I'd like to talk to you about it.
Such as? What things are you looking for exactly?
Let's talk about star herbs. Do not worry, I am not here to fight. Marvel takes his little dagger off and puts it on the floor.
Her body language relaxes a little bit. So, what exactly are you here for?
Well, in the nicest possible way,
Mm-hmm.
some very unfortunate things have happened to me and my family over here. Minus the other two.
She doesn't seem to believe that they are your family, based on how dramatically
Appearances.
different. Yeah, based on appearances, she doesn't
I
quite
wave.
believe you.
So our matron was taken by some very bad people. We are trying to find them. Unfortunately, the mayor has information that we need in order to help find her. This is literally all we have, and he has asked us to talk to you to get you to stop talking about the star herb thing. So I'd like to ask, what's the deal? What's going on? What is the problem? Because I do not have any context.
As you are discussing, you're talking to Fiona. Scoria has started looking for points of exit.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's in the chat, I want to mention it. And Scoria, as you are searching around, you find multiple exit points. You also find something of a rather fascinating interest to you. It appears to be some sort of if I could brain cell. Seems to be some sort of alchemy brew to empower those of the earth element. Primarily those that are brown dragonborns or earth genasi. So you have.
Would I have any,
Sorry. Go ahead.
would I know what this would do if I were to use it?
You don't. Not inherently, but something about it draws your attention.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the table, she starts talking to you.
Mhm.
Well, you see, he's asking. See, he keeps asking for these star herbs, and unfortunately, they're not currently in season, so I'm having to get them shipped in from Zodiac.
Okay.
It's a completely different island, and he seems to forget this. But, you see, I don't quite know what he's using them for. When I'm purchasing them, I have to give a reason why, because they are a controlled substance of sorts.
What, medicinal? Well,
No.
because technically the reason he's using them is
Well,
I say it technically because we're gonna want to get into that. It's a bit sad.
well, I suppose I can get that sorted if you can.
Because in particular he says that you've been not mouthing off, but being quite loud about it.
Well, yes, because I do believe that the mayor's personal crises are starting to have an effect on the citizens.
Yeah?
I have noticed that there have been a couple more people that are rather skittish as of late.
What is he even doing?
Well, the most recent occurrence was him swinging off of his balcony, crying about the fact that cheese wheels are no longer cheese wheels once you cut wedges out.
I mean,
He was disrupting citizens.
it's a wheel, it still rolls. Anyway, not going to get into that.
See, I think the mayor might just be lonely.
Oh, blindingly so.
I've been suggesting that he come to my shop. I might be able to, give him something that might help with that feeling of loneliness, but he is not exactly, reciprocal to ideas that are not about him.
Okay.
So,
Well, it does
Yes.
not sound like you had any intent.
well, no. You see, from what I'm aware, he's supposed to be on some type of medicine.
Yeah?
Well, you tell me.
Well, he did not mention that. I
Well-
assumed he was using the star herbs as a sort of med.
It is that, or needs some sort of companion.
Somebody to match his fate.
Well, that or a pet of some kind.
Pet?
Well, yes, I hear that getting an emotional support animal is quite popular these days.
Okay. Might be interesting. Has he ever mentioned what sort of animals he likes?
Well, I hear he's
Is he like a
quite
cat
fond.
person or a frog person?
Well, I hear he's quite fond of things like cows.
Oh.
Not like bovians, like your companion over there. And she waves a hand over there. But he seems to have quite a fascination with farmland animals.
Is Mason still in the room?
Yes,
Can he hear us?
He is not actually listening, but he's rooting around his coin purse because he's noticed that he's noticed Scoria looking at the thing and realizes he hasn't given you your allowance from Bell yet
No.
because it was his responsibility to hand it out and he forgot because
He's
he
a
got
silly
too
Billy.
excited. So you can see him handing out little gill pouches.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So, is there any particular reason why you are interested in Mason's presence in this room?
First of all, I'm wondering how expensive cows are, but yeah, no, it's not gonna work. The first thing I thought of was it Betsy?
Mm-hmm. Were you thinking some sort of forming like a deal between Bell's Creamery and the mayor?
Yeah, like a petting zoo sort of thing.
That's something you could consider.
Because the first thing I thought of was, oh, does he want Betsy?
Well,
And I was
if you
like, well,
ask-
no, they're not going to give away because that's one of their main sources of income.
Well, if you ask Mason about it, this could be something that you could theoretically try.
Okay. So,
There is no such answer as a stupid answer.
so I guess we can make a deal.
Who are you asking this to, by the way?
I'm talking to Fiona.
Okay. Well, yes.
If you stay a little bit, I guess, quieter about the whole issues with the man and star herbs,
Mm-hmm.
we will see if we can arrange something. Like a little petting zoo or something like that for the mayor if he loves cows.
That would be brilliant, yes. Because
Then
simply...
everybody wins.
Well, yes, because simply put, I'm not interrupting the flow of these herbs that he's asking me for. I simply can't ship them in as fast as he's demanding them.
Right.
You see, she shows you a map. This is where I get them from, and she points to, on the map, a island called 12 Gate Island. This is where I get them from. And you see...
And
The
then Martha's
trade
going
routes
to call
are-
the others over at this point so they can pay attention to what's going on.
Mhm.
So, like, sort of wave his hand. This is totally not.
Florian
not
was
a way
probably
so
just
that Marcel's player
slightly
doesn't have to
behind
remember
you.
all of these things himself.
Alright, now what did everybody else say? Because...
Sorry.
I'll waddle over.
And Florian?
Yeah, I was probably just slightly behind, and then
Yeah.
just a bit in front.
Okay. So, you'll come over.
It's a genius idea. I am a genius!
Well,
Are
The
you?
man
What
has
did you
lots of
do?
money.
mm-hmm.
So if we do this little betting sort of thing, he might be willing to pay handsomely for it. And that's it. I could set that up for life.
And Mason lights up at that.
So, okay, so a little context. Because this is not information that I think nobody... This is not information that Marcel thinks he should hold from anybody. So he explains the situation. Talking about... Oh, there we go. So, this lovely lady here supplies the star herbs to the mayor. And she's a little bit worried about him. And as you saw, he's very depressed. But apparently he likes animals. And he likes cows in particular. So I was thinking maybe we do a little deal. Because we have Betsy, and maybe there could be some sort of almost like little private petting zoo sort of thing, where when Betsy's in town, or when the mayor has time, he can go and spend some time with her. We're paid service, a little
Wow.
deal between Bell's Creamery and the mayor. He is happy. We don't have to... Well, he's happy, we don't have to bother Fiona, and potentially, Bell is good too.
You're a genius.
Now we have
This
the
will be
mayor on board.
perfect.
He's going to reach out a hand to Fiona,
She looks at your hand.
as in like to shake.
Oh, right, yes, of course.
Pleasure doing
Well-
business with you.
Well, there is one thing I would like to ask as well.
Okay.
And she gives you a small grey-coloured pouch. The mayor's assistant ordered this. Florian,
Oh no, is it catnip?
can you roll a con save, please?
Oh god.
A non-magical con save.
Oh,
A
dear.
what?
Non-magical
Non-
con save.
Oh no.
Non-magical. I don't think the magical makes any. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any difference. I still just have +2. Cool. Natural 20. I I save. I hope.
So
That's 22.
22. Okay. You manage to contain your inner. As you realise that the pouch that Marcel has been given is a very strong scented type of essentially humanoid catnip.
Does that not affect me either?
It does not affect you.
Okay.
Your feline genetics
You're not
are
cat.
effectively yes.
I'm not
because you
catty
are-
enough. Oh my
You're
gosh.
insufficient
You are like-
feline.
Versus 20, you're like 25% diluted feline genetics versus Florian,
Cat.
who is like double cat.
200% cat.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay,
So-
fair enough, fair enough.
Maximum kitty.
Your nose kind of picks up on the smell, but like your Q genetics immediately take
just
the
want to
smell and
eat
go,
it.
that's not smell. That's not like your brain basically summarizes it to no eat.
Okay.
No good. It
No
kind of smells
eating.
weird. For Florian, Essentially, the scent is, like, addictive. And the fact that you managed to constrain yourself is a very clear sign of the sheer strength of it, that you still feel like a mild compulsion to go over and sniff it, in spite of the fact that you rolled that high on your save. You rolled the maximum possible. It's strong stuff. And Fiona, immediately noticing your almost physical response to it, puts it in a bag that cuts off the smell. She bags the bag.
Who's she handing it to?
Well, I would greatly appreciate if you could take this to the mayor's assistant. Her name's Sabrina.
We've met, actually.
Oh, you have? Wonderful.
Yeah.
I hear she's looking for a husband these days.
Is she?
Oh,
Something like
Looks at
that.
Florian.
wow.
Pats Florian's bag.
No, she has no luck with the men lately. She wants somebody like, as she refers to it, someone who's bite-sized with a larger-than-life personality. Somebody that makes her laugh and smile.
That sounds lovely.
Oh my god.
You can only imagine with the mayor, with being that close to the mayor 24/7, one would definitely want somebody with a nice personality to counteract his flamboyantness. And that's he's almost like a type of mean gay, as I like to refer to it.
That's pretty on point, yes.
Yeah, very accurate.
He's aggressively sad. That's what I'm looking for.
Like in an actual sad way, or sad in a metaphorical way?
A mixture of the two, darling. A mixture of the two.
Is he also
Oh.
violent? Because you thought I was going to attack you.
Well, I wasn't sure. You see, some people take hired jobs as hitless. As like a hitman type situation.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
And plus
People
your,
don't want to
your
say it out
companion...
loud.
Plus your companion over there giving me side-eye looking like he's about to snap my neck doesn't help. And I'm picturing in my head, there's like a collective head turn towards the corner of the shop where Xavier is.
Well, it's okay. That's his thing. He's intimidated.
He's just an
In
angry
that line of work, you
guy.
have to be.
Well, it has been lovely meeting you all, if you wouldn't mind delivering this.
Nice to meet you too. Of course we can.
If you ever need any sort of alchemical, I'll be here.
Of course.
And I will give you a small discount for not murdering me, I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. You
Thank
seem like the
you.
kind of people that might appreciate it.
Lupus,
That is my
Wow,
name,
never
yes.
was the cost of the potion that Scoria was looking at, was that was it in front of the potion? Do I know how much it costs?
Yes, it cost 150 gil.
How much gil do we have each?
Take a
1,000.
look at your treasure bag, or your treasure page, as I have updated it to include the allowance that Belle gave you that I definitely didn't forget to actually give you.
Holy shit.
Because
Oh my
I'm
god,
a
I can't believe
fucking
Mason's
melon.
scabbing us!
Well, I mean, the actual repairing of Belle's barn and everything that needs fixing is about 15,000, plus the 3,000 she normally spends to maintain the place. So the fact you're getting 1,000 each is basically giving you the cut of all the profit.
I mean, to be fair, what I got from the mayor.
Yeah. So you end up.
You guys go on ahead. I would like to stay a little bit longer.
Okay.
Okay, do not go far.
So Scoria,
I will
you
catch
have
up
left.
eventually.
Everyone else leaves the building, and you are left alone. What are you doing?
Scoria grabs the potion and walks up to the counter.
And Fiona
That's
seems to
fun.
have kind of. Fiona seems to have kind of. Mentally tuned out as she's readjusting some of the shelves and making some of the putting some of the more pretty looking potions towards the front. And when she notices you, she jumps out of her skin, having thought you'd just left. Oh my goodness! Hello. My apologies. I thought you'd
Don't
left.
worry.
Hello.
the others left, I wish to stay behind a little bit, mainly to obtain this potion.
Of course, of course, of course. And she takes a look at the bottle. Yes, I could see why you like this one. Is there
I
anything
felt-
in particular that I could, is it a gift? Is it for yourself?
Well, to be honest, I felt drawn to it, but I don't really know what it is.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. My apologies, I'm away with the fae today.
Do not worry, do not worry.
Well, you see, this particular brew that I've made, it only works for, those of an earth element inclination, which I don't want to presume, but you're giving Earth Genasi.
You would be correct.
And she claps her hands together. I've still got it. Well, don't mind me. After 180 years or so of trying to do all the guesswork, you get somewhere. Well, this particular concoction happens to give you the benefits of a couple of different spells, all at the same time. And as the DM, I will explain to you, as she summarizes that this particular potion that she's basically trying to offer to you, gives you the haste status, and gives you a temporary bonus to your strength. Or brain cells, come on. It gives you the haste status and a +4 to strength for 1 minute. Well, and this particular item happens to cost normally about 150 gil. It's a little personal creation of mine, if you will. But, seeming as you and your friends didn't decide to treat me as though I'm cruising for a bruising, I might be willing to, downscale the price a little bit.
Scoria puts 200, Gil. I also would like to apologize. We did not intend to scare you. I recognize that we aren't exactly a usual bunch.
She looks at you with curiosity. Now, why would you be paying me extra? No. This will not do.
No, keep it, honestly. Do not worry.
She looks at you with a very strong gaze. Darling, as kindly as I may say this, I will politely ask that you do not decline this. It is fine. I will much...
Then I will pay full price, no discount. A final offer.
Then I will give it to you for the 150. However, I will also... And she pushes a small gemstone next to the bottle. You'll be taking this with you. I will hear no disagreements on it. It is as thanks from me for enjoying my store and taking such an interest in my shop. I will hear no disagreements. You simply must take it with you. You will appreciate... I'm sure you will appreciate it later. And she puts a cute little bow on it. That makes you chuckle a little bit, because it's the actual bow itself is a light glittery brown in color. It almost matches the liquid contents of the bottle.
You are very kind, Fiona. I will cherish this.
Oh, don't worry about it, honestly. The fact that you're purchasing from my shop is enough.
I hope that we'll be able to come round more often. We are on a quest, you see.
Well, if you happen to need any supplies before you leave, just come here, ask me, and I will do Ever I need to.
Of course. Oh, have you ever been to Butch Nest before? Did I say it right? Was it Butch Nest? I've forgotten the name.
I have been to Birch Nest once or twice. On a couple of, And she ponders for a moment. Well, there was a couple of times I've been there. Though, I must admit, it wasn't exactly, for a long period. However, I do recall meeting a rather nice pair of people there. And she ponders for a moment, as though she's trying to call to mind the right way to describe them. There was this particular young woman that I met that was very kind. Her name was Anilla. And she was telling me about the fact she used to work with this guild. She downscaled after a lot of little chaos things happened, and she was an absolute gem of a lady. If you're getting there, might I recommend that you stay at one of the inns, and if you need it, if your little mouse friend was saying about your matron was missing, you should put in a sort of request with the guild that's there. It's the Sky Reavers. Absolutely lovely bunch. But they might be able to help you.
I will keep that in mind. Our matron is in quite a very big pickle from what we have discovered so far.
And you notice that she is half listening, as though the moment you said big pickle, she started reaching for what sounds like a jar underneath the table, then slowly moves her hands away as she realizes you're not talking about an actual pickle. Yes. Well, I really do hope that things go well. I can't imagine what you're going through at the moment, but if you need any supplies, I'm more than happy to give as much as I can.
Yes,
Honestly.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you so much. I will get out to. I shall get out to your hand now.
It's perfectly
Thank you for
fine.
your company.
Have a wonderful day.
You
And
too.
Scoria, I will correct the amount of money your character is carrying on them.
Yeah.
But you now have an item.
Crap, I pressed the wrong button there.
Well done. You have an Earth Acceleration due, and I've got to find the actual name of it. An Earth Gem on you, which was the little gemstone she's given to you. I'm just gonna plop those into your sheet now.
Okie dokie.
Before I forget. There we go. Done. Okay, so, the rest of you, where are you headed?
Back to the mayor.
Yeah.
There's a map.
Okay, so you head back.
Is Xavier coming with?
Xavier
Is he sneaking
seems...
off again?
Who... Are you keeping an explicit eye on him?
Yes.
And I must ask, is anybody else doing the same?
Yeah. Sorry, my mouth is full. Yes.
That's perfectly fine. So...
Monster Man.
Nice. So initially, before he notices that other people are looking, he seems a little bit distraught. And you pick up on this before he realizes that someone else is looking, and returns to his default state of being.
Okay.
And it's each time he notices that he thinks that nobody else is looking, he allows his emotions to play out on his face. The moment that he notices one of you is even slightly looking in his general direction, he goes back to that cold, blank stone expression.
Yeah.
But anyway, you get back to the mayor's place. And he looks at you all as you enter. If it isn't the people that are helping me get my existential crises on demand. How might I help you? Have you found it?
Hello.
Hello. How are
How's your
you?
book?
Oh, brilliant. Me and Sabrina have gotten the first chapter done. It's
Wow,
called
that was quick.
Howling of the Cheese Moon.
The cheese
The
moon.
cheese moon.
Of
You
course.
must explain.
No.
Okay.
I
I
can't.
guess I'll have to find out when they comes out in paperback.
Exactly. Anyway, have you resolved my slight issue?
Yes,
No.
we've spoken to the lady. She will not be talking about that anymore.
Wonderful, wonderful. Absolutely spectacular.
I heard somebody likes animals.
His eyebrows raise a little bit. You have his attention.
Would that somebody be you?
I might have a slight affinity for animals.
In particular, I heard you like cows.
Can you roll me a perception check?
It's squeeing. Is that sight? Well,
Sight.
16.
You happen to notice there are several little cow ornaments on his shelves. So little little mooing cows that are like book holders or bookmarks or little more like little visual ornaments that are there just to induce a little bit of serotonin. It's the first time you've noticed them because you've been so focused on engaging with the mayor.
Mhm.
I might happen to like cows as he sits up in his chair a little bit. Why?
Well, is Mason in the room with us?
Yes. The only person not here right now is Scoria.
My friend here happens to own a little ranch.
Does he?
Cow. Yes.
Yeah, I do.
And I'd like to maybe propose a little deal.
I
You like deals, right?
Oh, darling, I love deals. Come on, hit me with it.
So, they need some money, and you like the cows. So, what if we arrange a little time, maybe once a week, or however often, that you get to spend time with the cow, like a little petting zoo?
I would absolutely adore that.
Obviously, there
I'll
would be a
tell you
cost.
what. How much does that cost for you to keep your creamery running, sir? Well, I mean, it normally takes about 3,000 gil just to keep it all the basics maintained. And what would it cost you for the highest quality maintenance that you could hire? Well, I mean, I think it's around 6,000 gil each month, something like that. Well,
Maybe some
he
burkers as well to help her out.
Mhm.
Well, she's running the thing on her own. So,
So you want some manpower as well?
if that's the sort of thing she would want, do you think that she would want that, Mason?
Well, I mean, me and Ma would probably appreciate a couple extra hands if I were making my way on an adventure with y'all. I mean, he ponders for a moment. Make a persuasion check, since you're the one that's convincing the mayor of this. Use that persuasive charisma.
Can I make it with advantage?
No. You may not.
That's a 6.
He doesn't seem quite sold.
Okay, what about this? The more money that goes into the ranch, the more cows they have. The more cows you have to play with.
Would any of our more charismatic party members like to help him here?
Ogmog have low charisma.
Who has high
Oh,
charisma?
God, I've
Marcel has-
switched things around.
Marcel has 10 charisma, so any of you will probably have a higher bonus than he does.
Oh my God, where is it? I got 13. Oh my goodness. Can I try
I think
to
I have
riz?
the highest then. Let me see. 16, yeah. Fuck.
I take it back. Hugmug have very high charisma.
Oh my
Excellent,
god,
one
go
of your
Hugbug!
things. Hugmug,
Hugmug
you're a
has
Hugmug!
mimic.
charisma.
Hugmug, all you need to say
Hugmug,
is
go
it sounds like a good
charismatic.
idea, and then you can roll a persuasion check.
Unironically, he's not wrong.
Just say that, please.
This sounds like a good idea.
Persuasion.
Yay.
Damn, you beat a 6, that's why you roll a 2.
Oh dear.
This sounds a little ridiculous.
I don't have a bonus to charisma at all.
No, because you have a 10.
11. Hugmug no longer charismatic.
He rolls a 3 on appraisal.
You have.
Yes, because he's trying to appraise if he's getting a good deal. And he believes he's getting the best deal of all time. Despite the
You are
fact that he's
getting the
technically
most
supplying more.
incredible deal.
Well,
Only the best.
so I will supply the manpower, so long as I get to exercise all of this cuteness aggression I have towards these adorable, adorable cows. And what we will do
Yes.
is I will supply you with 12,000 gil each month to cover all of the expenses and to keep her nice and happy. Because we can't have a sad cow now, can we?
No sad cows.
Sad
Please,
cows don't
take this, and he...
Being the motor
Please don't
again.
launch it at me. Oh.
Please.
Can I roll to
being the
catch
motor
it this
again.
time?
And he beams this bag of money directly at the small cat man.
Me?
Yes. Roll a
Do I,
strength save.
do I roll? Fuck. Oh,
Please,
that's straight
please
save?
let him go flying.
Tragic.
Please. Please, I
This
want
is
to
gonna
see
go well.
Florian get yeeted out of this room.
Oh, my bonus to save is
Straight-
-4.
Straight into the loving
Fine.
bosom of Sabrina.
You
I
won't believe
wish.
it. You
That
won't
one, that one,
believe
that one, that one, that
yes,
one.
that one.
Yeah!
I rolled a -3. I rolled a -3
You
on my
rolled
strength.
Oh my
minus-
god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I feel like
Okay.
you just threw yourself.
I'm gonna know open windows.
So
It's dead.
the door behind you is open as Sabrina's starting to make her way in to check on what all the ruckus is about. The bag of money hits you. You have the bag of money, and then you get catapulted backwards, and you end up basically doing a flip in the air. And the first thing that you land between is two rather large cushiony masses of warmth that essentially
Melons.
hug your body, mainly around your head, as your hat hits the floor, but you have caught the money. And you don't hear you hear this muffled voice. The rest of you watch as the bag is beamed at Florian. He catches the bag, does a backflip, and lands face first between Sabrina's melons.
Whoa!
And the only words out of her are, "You could at least invite me to dinner first. I'm not complaining. But I mean, public space." As she picks you up, upside down, looks at you, flips you the right way around, and just basically nestles you against her chest
So
with the bag of money in your hands, and you end up taking a little peek inside, and there is about 12,000 gil in here.
Surprised you can count that.
He is basically given the forward payment so that you can give this to Belle when you get back later.
So, about the original agreement, information.
Oh yes, of course. Well, you see, the people that happen to So
Oh, see?
Has Florian's, has Florian's player been killed?
I hope so.
The fact that you
Maybe.
said that loud enough it picked up on the mic.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Has Florian suffocated in romance?
No, he is basically being nestled up against her,
Okay.
her relatively large chest. Anyway, he starts talking. Well, you see, we have the documentation. I can give that to you to take away with you now.
Okay.
But I can tell you that these members of an organization called the Order of the Crystal, I think it
That
was.
is the van, yes.
Oh, you seem familiar.
Yeah.
Well, your little friends came through here with a rather large anti-magic box. They needed the real fixing, so I got that absolute unit of a man Gruz on it. Oh. Hate to see him leave, but I love to watch him go. Anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked. Anyway, so I got Gruz to
Wow.
fix their wheel, and
Mhm.
off they went towards Birch Nest.
Okay.
And you see, and he ponders his words for a moment, I happen to have been offered a very large sum of money.
Are you?
Yes. It seems like they don't want people to know that they're going there. And I may have happened to have slept with one of their people.
Oh my, you scoundrel.
I know, I'm just so bad, but at least I know I'm bad, so maybe I'm not that bad. Or maybe that makes me worse. Anyway,
That is good.
they're going up to Harkvale, where they're planning to get They're planning on going to where is it? There's another island. I believe they're planning on going to the island of Canaria to go and deposit their little Dropbox off in the city of Azuria. It's surprising what you can get a man to say when you're spelling the alphabet. They really like the letter D, believe it or not.
I believe it.
That and W.
Oh, that's a long way away. We have to get to them
Guess you're
before they
winning.
get off of the island. Did they say anything about when they're planning to leave the fucking area?
Hmm?
Did they say anything about when they're planning to leave fucking area?
Well, I think it's about a month or two, something like that.
A month. Thank you.
But they're planning on being there for quite a while. All I know, quite simply put, is that that man was absolutely delightful. Oh wait, no, wrong statement. Whoops. What I mean to say is, you've got time.
Mhm.
However, if you do not have the resources necessary to get there, I may be willing to provide.
You may.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if there's anything that you might need, I'm your guy.
What do we need? We need food, we need transport.
And I should
We
say
need weapons! We need weapons!
I should say
How did I
I'm not on the
forget?
table.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh shit.
He rolls a nat 1 on insight. He does not pick up on that at all.
Okay, good. I was still buttering him up, so it wasn't a legitimate. That wasn't a legitimate
Are you sure
offer.
about that?
We need weapons. That's what we need.
Well, I suppose that I could get something organized. For now, though,
Food, weapons, transport. They are the 3 things that we require.
Sabrina darling, if you could stop holding that adorable little bastard. And she looks offended at the idea that he is insulting Florian in any capacity. I have some things to organize, one might say.
Oh, yes. We also got the package for Sabrina.
Are you going to give it to her?
Mhm.
She takes it.
Pleasure doing business with you.
It was my pleasure and the whole time. Anyway. And You're taken back into Sabrina's home, where she takes the catnip, the bag of catnip, and she takes over to a little inbuilt sauna room she has, and puts it in a drawer in there. The sun is starting to slowly descend in the sky, and you realize it may be time to return back to the creamery.
Yeah, Xavier's still here.
Yes.
We can routinely ask this.
Okay. And as you guys are preparing to make your way out, Florian, you are stopped before you leave by the last
Mhm.
Catwoman. She leans down, gets onto one knee, and with a very soft smile, plants a very soft kiss on your forehead. I do hope that you come back someday.
Mhm. I will.
I'll try
And
not to
I
think
hug
about it too
her.
much. And she hugs you back. And she gives some very powerful warm cuddles. Like those are big loving arms that are just there for squeeze. I'll try not to miss you too much, though I make no promises.
I'll miss you too.
Should you ever need anything, Mama Blackpaw's always here.
Mhm.
And it's at that point where you can hear Mason calling to you. Hey, Florian, you're gonna get left behind if you don't hurry up. I know you got little legs.
I've got to go now.
And she gives you a little
Um,
wave.
See ya. And I wave back and leave.
And you get back in the cart with everybody else. And you notice Xavier chuckles to himself a little bit as he looks at you. But it's very you can't really tell if it's because he's just found something funny or if he's just chuckling for the sake of chuckling at the fact that I'm picturing Florian has a little bit of a struggle trying to climb over the lip of the back of the carriage.
Probably jumps onto it.
Yeah. But Mason cracks the
Runs
reins.
up.
The chocobos start running. To describe for the rest of y'all.
Mhm.
I'm going to summon again. I've been doing
Describe for the rest of y'all.
Been practicing Mason's voice too much. You notice that Florian has a big purple lipstick stain on his forehead,
Oh no.
Florian's got a girlfriend.
and he has not noticed this at all. Is anybody gonna point it out to him?
You look like you've had a good time. And lots of kisses.
Oh, only one.
It's in the middle of your forehead.
How do you know?
Because it's in the middle of your forehead.
I wipe at my forehead.
And it smears it, but it doesn't completely come out. But you notice, as you pull your hand back down to face level, there is in fact a purple marking on your hand. And you immediately realize that her lipstick has made a marking.
Hopefully that doesn't stain.
You're looking a bit purple.
And Xavier comes over to you. As funny as it is, the humor is gone now that somebody has pointed it out. Here. And he gives you a warm wet cloth. That should get rid of the worst of it. And he goes and sits back down. And he sits as far away from you as possible, Marcel. And this is something you notice on the way back.
From everyone or from
Mainly Marcel.
far away from?
It doesn't seem any sort of odd to the rest of you. But Marcel, you definitely notice that he is seemingly avoiding any sort of closeness to you. Which is
Okay.
odd. So you get back to the creamery, and Belle greets you all. Well, hey y'all! It's great to see y'all back. How was your venture out on the town?
It was great. We have a little surprise for you.
Oh?
So it isn't talking to the mayor. And
Well, hang on.
Oh?
Come inside.
Okay.
Made some fresh soup and some grilled cheese sandwiches for you.
yes, grilled cheese.
So you get back in, you get your stuff off, you wash your hands, freshen up, and you're at the table where there's these big bowls of soup and these amazingly crispy grilled cheese sandwiches are set to the side of each of your bowls of soup as well. So, okay, so you were saying about a surprise?
Yes, so we were talking to the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out he loves cows.
This seems to surprise her. Huh.
He had little cow memorabilia on his desk. It was
Oh, well,
cute.
ain't that adorable?
So, we had a little idea for a proposition.
Mm-hmm.
That he maybe could come visit the creamery and spend a little time with Betsy.
Well, I mean, she's a bit pregnant at the moment, but yeah.
I mean, it does not have to be hands-on.
Oh, no, of course not.
But he was willing to pay large sums of money for this. So we made a little deal. 12,000 a month. His suggestion. To fill the running costs for the place. And he will also supply manpower to help you on the ranch.
What?
In return, that he gets to spend a little bit of time with the cows.
He did what?
Exactly as I said.
She looks flabbergasted. Like, completely and entirely baffled by the idea. Who had the large sack of money on them? Was
Florian.
it passed around at all, or is it still on Florian?
I think it's
It's
still
still
Florian.
in
I
my
picture, I
hands.
picture Florian probably has a fucking indent of a dollar sign on his face.
Would you like to present the
Florian
money
has
to him?
birds running around his head like in those cartoons. Yeah.
So are you going to show Belle the full payment that the mayor has put down?
I'll hand it to Belle and say, "This threw me."
She looks stunned.
He likes
Yeah.
throwing money at people. Literally.
I mean, that's great. I might need a little bit of time to process this, but this will be great.
That is okay.
Well, I'll let y'all eat up and get ready for bed. I'm sure it's been a tiring day.
It has certainly been fun.
Of course. And the evening goes pretty normally. All things considered.
So, what are the plans for tomorrow?
For tomorrow,
Yes, tomorrow.
well, we know where to go. We know where
We
we're
know where
going.
to go. We need to purchase equipment before we go.
So I guess we go back into town to get the equipment.
Yes. Fiona has offered to supply us, obviously with purchase.
I'm quite amazed by how astonishingly well this is going so far. Almost feels like something has to go wrong soon.
Please do not jinx us, Marcel.
I'm not jinxing it.
'Cause-
Jinxing it is saying,
yeah.
oh no, it can't possibly get worse or whatever.
You bring it into being by saying it, no?
Okay, forget I said it. I said nothing.
Good. So go get supplies. Is there anything else that people need to do whilst we are there? Does anyone want to visit certain people, Florian.
Yeah. But at least say goodbye.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be nice.
Scoria looks at Xavier. Is Xavier here?
He is here begrudgingly, purely because it seems like he needs to be informed of the plan, but he's not quite participating as he is listening in
Yeah.
and observing.
Could I just talk to you for a sec in the other room?
He squints at you. Can I ask what your purpose is here? He's going to roll insight to see. He's rolling insight. What is your intent when talking to him?
Scoria noticed that he was a bit distant and seemed,
Okay.
especially with the guild. So Scoria was going to ask if she were to go with him to wherever he wanted to go, but just fucking split off and just do whatever they wanted as an excuse to not have him be shadowed constantly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you go into the other room. He seems to temporarily trust you, but you do notice that he is constantly observing even the slightest bit of movement. Are you bringing your spear with you, or are you leaving that
No.
in the... Okay.
No.
He seems less threatened the moment that you are away from your spear. So what exactly do you want?
I noticed that you were a little bit more uncomfortable around us, and that I do not particularly care about. I do not know what you were doing when you wandered off, but it seemed important to you. And I think you want to figure out whatever it is. So tomorrow when we go into town, I split off from everyone else. And then once they're out of view, you split off from me, and you can do whatever you want, no? I do not understand why they were so keen on overseeing. You are a grown adult, no?
What do you gain from this? You are putting a lot of faith in me that I don't just abandon you as and where you stand.
That would be a pity, but I do not particularly care. To me, you are still a stranger.
So you intend to gamble with your only lead. Interesting. You have... Were you cursed with the misfortune of being placed in the same position I was, I'm sure you would make an absolutely spectacular assassin. Simply put, I don't need to depart or head off on my own. I've gotten my information already. He places the paper down the table. You see, the guild that I intended to escort my friend to, the person that I'm sure Marcel has rambled on about plenty.
Has Marcel?
He has told you previously that he is intending to look for somebody that is important to him.
He mentioned that you were looking for someone important, but that is what he might divulged.
Well, simple enough. And he points to the bit of paper. It seems as though that my intent to connect him has already happened. I was not required as part of this. And you notice there's a flyer for a bunch of guilds that have recruited new members recently. One of which is the Sleeping Wolves Guild that has recruited... It's like a list of names, but the one he points to is the name of a man called Zach Tao. This is the man that I was attempting to try and rescue. Now that he has already rescued himself, I don't exactly have purpose.
Oh, is the Sleeping Wolves... That is another guild. Are they a good guild then?
They are neutral. They take both the good and the bad. I'm presuming that you and your other foundlings don't exactly have knowledge of what the difference between a light, dark, and neutral guild is.
You are the first person that has talked to us about guilds.
I see. Well, let me summarize it in a very short and simple manner for you, as I doubt that you or your companions are exactly intending to deal with these kinds of groups. Simply put, I would be what you would consider a member of a dark guild. I am and part of an assassin's group that intentionally take on jobs that typically consist of murder or sabotage. Things along that line, if you will. A lot of you pay enough money, the job will get done. You then have the light guilds like the twats that follow Alexander, the god of light. I'm sure you know who he is based on what I have noticed your
Yes.
religious worship is.
Yes.
They would be considered light guilds. Things like diplomacy and protecting the people and escorting little granny with her poison apple to the shop and not caring about the fact that she has poisoned apples. And then you have the neutral guilds, like the Sleeping Wolves. They take on both the good and the bad, based on their own moral code. So unfortunately, I'm aware that you do not give a flying fuck about my existence. Trust me, the feeling is mutual. I highly doubt that you have any reason to exactly believe what I'm saying. But simply put, I do not have a purpose outside of guiding you and your siblings at this point.
Alright.
Once that is done, you will end up disposing of me. I guarantee it. But I doubt that there is any moral concerns about that, so...
Out of character, on the sheet, was there any images like guild emblems?
Yes.
Square has another look at the sheet. It's like you remember that emblem from Helga's basement, no?
No. What about it?
She was part of the Sleeping Wolves, I guess.
Well, if that were the case, she would have an emblem, no?
Was there not an emblem, or was I going crazy?
No, she has a necklace that has the emblem, but there is no mention of her actually being part of that guild in any of her personal notes or information that she had. Like, she had basically written out herself a whole a whole fucking autobiography. Is it autobiography?
Yes.
Yes. She basically written a whole autobiography of her entire being up until the point where she found you all, seemingly as a way of preserving who she was before she started raising you. Not once did it mention her joining a guild at any point.
I wonder where she got that necklace from then.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of underground position, but what would I know? I am an asset to be used and little more, right? You have a purpose for me, and once that is fulfilled, I imagine you will ideally prefer me not to be in your day-to-day existence. That is what I understand from your standpoint, no? I am here until I am not useful anymore, and then I am gone, da?
To grow close. But I do not see much common ground between us. You seem nervous whenever I have my spear around.
Of course, because somebody who is capable with a weapon that is capable of killing is somebody to both be feared and respected. And since you know what you're doing with that, I would prefer not to take my chances being impaled. As much as I may seem to hate life itself, I would like to stay alive. I have some sort of self-preservation instinct. But what are you doing? You seem more capable than the rest of them. Call it a personal question, but you could be more. Why do you do what you do?
I do not know much else.
I see.
To be simple, I have lived my entire life with Helga. In that cottage in the woods, I have known nothing else, aside from the occasional visits elsewhere, but we paid no mind to what was going on.
So you are aware that, your little prayer came true? No.
Wait?
Do me a favor. This is going to make my life so much easier. I have noticed that we have drawn the attention of a horned woman outside of the city. Tonight I want you to go and have a little look outside. Before you assume that I'm going to try and kill you, I have far more interesting things to do with my time. Trust me. The last thing I wish to do is having the blood of innocents on my hands. I might be an evil bastard by your view, but I still have morals. Even if they are not exactly the same as everybody else's
I
views.
could tell you had morals when you first decided not to kill us that day.
Of course. Well, simply put, it seems as though we have drawn some attention. And they have the symbol of the Night Mother on their robes. So whatever it is you played for, I hope it is worth it. Now, if you'll excuse me, your little mouse friend and I need to have a conversation. And you notice that he
I hope
says that
that
in
goes
with
well.
gritted teeth.
If you need to escape, jump out of the window. It probably is the fastest way.
He smiles, and you notice that there is a slight element of respect in the way that he speaks to you. And that last statement makes him smile. It may not seem like you may not share any sort of opinions or agreements with this person, but he seems to respect you and the way you conduct yourself a lot more than the rest of your companions, it would seem, as the two of you re-enter the room. Are any of you planning to do anything before bed?
Maybe check on Belle? Just to make sure she's handling this okay?
She's doing okay. Her and Mason are having what seems to be a somewhat private conversation together, as you notice that the kitchen door is closed.
Okay, well, I don't know. Clearly,
She waves hello at you, but it seems like her and Mason are having a private conversation.
Clearly the deer does not want to talk to me, so I guess I'll go to bed.
So as you'll settle down for bed,
Oh, could I work on something while
what are
things
you
are
working
happening?
on?
I was thinking of making like a little necklace, just like string and like yellow fabric, and making it into like a little star, like I have on my clothes.
Yeah, okay. So you spend some time doing that before bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then bedtime rolls around. Marcel, during the night, you notice that you are being picked up. Picked up and carried off.
Okay. Does Marcel react to this, or is he too groggy and thinks he's dreaming? What's going on? What's happening? I'm being kidnapped.
And the moment that you say that, a hand is put over your mouth. Shut up. Keep your fucking mouth shut. You notice that he has taken you up to his room. He puts you onto his bed and glares at you. You, sir, have some fucking explaining to do. Not intimidating. Who do you think you're talking to? Why don't you feel me? I could end your life like that.
I know. You're big, and strong, and scary.
And yet you would insult me in front of other people by not calling me intimidating.
I mean, for starters, you were trying to get the right.
Your point?
So, I gave you what you wanted. I bit back. But also, I was telling the truth. I am not.
Why do you not find me intimidating? This is my life. This is what I do. I am known for being the intimidating one, for having the social presence in a room, for being the one that asserts myself. So why do you not fear me?
Because under all of that bravado and exterior, there seems to be a person.
Well, of
I see
course.
that person.
There is people
And I
under
know that
every
that
sort of
person does
disguise.
not want to hurt me. So, I'm not afraid of that person. You are big and scary, but you helped me. You helped us. You saved me. I would like to consider you a friend.
What is the point of this sick and twisted game you're playing with me?
What game?
You're feeding into these emotions that I have. You're trying to make me feel comfortable. For what? To dispose of me by the time that you've finished the use with me.
No? And he looks a little heartbroken by this.
Roll an insight check.
$15.
He is very clearly confused about what's happening. It seems as though there is a critical lack of understanding,
I am nice to you because I like spending time with you.
but there
I
has to be
enjoy your presence.
there has to be more to it.
Why does there have to be more?
Because people don't just decide to randomly make friends with people. There is always purpose.
Okay, well maybe there is.
For what?
Maybe I sort of like you.
What?
And he's almost looking at the floor.
You what?
Forget I said it.
He grabs you by the throat and forces you to make eye contact with him. You what?
Maybe I sort of like you.
You would tell me that I am not intimidating and then insinuate that you like me. And he throws you backwards. And you kind of just bounce off the mattress springs. You'll tell me that you're going to insult everything I am, and then, oh, well, maybe I like you. And he's got a very mocking tone about him as he pokes index fingers together.
Yes.
This is a sick game you're playing.
I'm not playing a fucking game!
Then what is the purpose? You can't just suddenly like the person that fucking destroyed everything that you love.
You didn't destroy anything!
You don't have your matron anymore because of me.
You tried to help us. You didn't even know about me! Did you?
I knew where all of you were. You see, you breathe way too heavily.
I guess I'll try and stop that in future.
What is the point of it? You're going to discard me anyway, aren't you?
Had no plans to.
He looks confused. What do you mean?
I like having you around, and I'd like to keep you around. Is that such a fucking crime?
He goes quiet. Pondering. That doesn't make sense.
Maybe in time it will.
Explain it to me.
Sometimes, when you spend a lot of time with someone, and you have a lot of shared experiences with them, you become friends. You stick around each other just because you enjoy each other's company.
Similar to
Have you
when
never had friends? That's not an insulting way he's saying this, he's genuinely asking.
That's that one. Well, of course I've had friends. Why wouldn't I not have friends? And he is very clearly lying. It's so obvious.
Well, you must have enjoyed spending time with those people.
Well, maybe.
Well, I enjoy spending time with you. And I'd like to continue to
But
do so.
I don't understand.
You are useful, yes, in the sense that you help us along the way and you saved our lives, but it is more than that. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to have a purpose for someone just to stay around them.
So what you're telling me is that basically my entire life I have been discarded and nobody has actually liked me. I have gone from mission to mission, being praised and respected for everything that I stand for. I am intimidating, I am powerful, I am skilled, I am talented.
Well, that is respect, not like. Maybe sometimes it was a bit of both, but they're two different things.
I am
You
such
do a good job at work, your boss gives you a pat on the back, that is respect.
I never got a pat on the back.
I'm sorry.
These...
And he sits on the floor again. Well, he sits cross-legged on the bed, because he's on the bed.
He sits on the bed as well. And looks at you. I don't understand you. You don't make sense.
I mean, the matron used to say that, but he sort of giggles to himself.
Part of the training that they give us at the Shadow Antler, we are taken in there from a young age, taught to conceal our emotions. An emotional assassin is a dead assassin. And yet, everything is gone. Everything I knew it is gone, because I decided to allow you to live. But I don't know why I did it. The Shattered Antler are ordered to kill anybody that has been exiled. I have failed the mission, therefore I will be exiled immediately. I gave
So
up.
we have more people coming up.
Not coming after us. More that they see me, they will attempt to assassinate me. I know too much.
What a lovely bunch of people.
Well, that and they put my parents in what is essentially a blender.
What's the fuck?
That is what they do.
A blender?
They will... The final steps they take in your emotional training is that they will kill your parents in front of you. They cannot have them making more of you. They put their effort into you, and then kill what is left of your attachments to the world.
Scheiße, that is awful.
Duh.
I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's something no one should ever have to go through.
Well, these screams haunt you for a few years and then you forget. Life moves on. It is depressing. But
Well,
it happens.
if you stick around, maybe we can help bring those emotions back and let you be you rather than just being a tool.
That is the thing. I'm starting to experience that feeling. It is like a crushing weight on my chest. That doesn't feel so much as bad when I am in your presence, and I do not understand why.
It's because you like being around me? And he sort of skitters a bit forward.
He ponders, a little confused. I don't know if like would be the correct word. More,
Tolerate?
I feel less alone.
Oh, okay.
Having everything ripped away from you. My life's work is gone. Every part of my life just does not exist anymore. It is strange. I do not understand it. And part of me, well, it is vital to my survival that I understand these things. Otherwise I am dead meat.
That
Plain
is
and
what they
simple.
want you to think.
I know I will be dead meat.
It sounds to me like an emotional assassin is a dead assassin because an emotional slave is not a very good slave.
You might be alright with that. He
They
ponders
have
for
no
a moment.
emotions, they don't talk back, and they just follow orders.
That.
Like with my toy soldiers.
He
I am a
smiles.
fearsome general.
So you
Take no prisoners.
so
Kill
you,
the women and the children. Sorry, what?
you are to tell me that I am like your toy soldiers. That my purpose is to listen and follow commands.
Well,
I'm not insinuating anything, I'm more asking for perspective.
on the surface, I guess so, yes. But that is what you have been up until now. Just because they're in the uniform and they have all of these orders doesn't mean they can't be something more. Free will is a thing, they have a choice.
I am not sure whether I should hate you or thank you. Or both.
It doesn't have his bag on him, does he?
No.
No, okay, so, okay.
You are literally in your bed, whatever bed clothes you wear, and that's it. That is
I
all that's
picture
on your
Marcel
person.
goes to bed in boxer shorts and not much else.
So that's it. You are sitting there in your boxer shorts. You have none of your normal items on you. So I am like your toy soldiers. Is that what I am to understand? I have been manipulated and played with my entire being.
Yes. I'm sorry to say it, but yes.
That is not a good feeling.
Would you like a hug?
He ponders. You know what? I would like a hug.
And Marcel latches himself onto him,
But
squeezing as hard as he can.
do you mind?
Sorry, I'm a little overly excited.
For what?
I'm getting to be a person.
And he ponders for a moment, looking at you. Thank you? Fuck off?
You're a beautiful butterfly, and I'm going to show you it.
That sounds kind of gay. And you know what? I guess I'm kind of behind that.
Yeah.
So tell me about your matron. What is she like? I know that she is a terrifying combatant. She electrocuted the man in front of my very eyes. A woman with a fierce will and a powerful repertoire of magic at her hands, but if I'm not to be discarded, you don't seem to be eager to get rid of me. Well, I best get an idea of what exactly I'm fighting for.
She is a lovely lady. She is firm, but fair. In the nicest possible way.
Duh.
And, well, she taught me everything I know. She taught me about boundaries, she taught me...
About lack of boundaries.
She taught me that sometimes, for a person's own good, boundaries can be pushed. If you feel like it would help somebody. And that is what I have done here.
So a woman of great intelligence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He smiles, beaming ear to ear.
You will have to tell me more at a more opportune time.
I'd love to.
I'm aware that you are,
He starts bouncing up and down.
I'm aware that you and Mason have a little arrangement for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's coming with, but...
Duh, I had realized.
Belle does not want him to leave unless he has found somebody. But he wants to leave. So we found a little compromise. Although they are in the room talking right now, so they might not even have to do that.
I doubt that is the case. Can you not hear that from downstairs?
No?
Listen. And he sits you on his right leg and lifts up your little ear and putting a finger very gently to the curve of your ear to almost like he's cupping, like the human equivalent of cupping your hand next to your ear.
And Marcel closes his eyes and concentrates.
And you can hear Belle and Mason talking downstairs, and Mason is trying his best to kind of encourage Belle to make plans without him. And it's going straight over her head as she is making plans on how both of them can fix up the place and potentially make a big business of it. He is not being very successful on his own.
Okay, well, I guess the agreement stands.
He looks at you.
I don't want to break her heart.
You have a lot of compassion. I believe that is the word.
That is the word, yes.
Hmm. Why? What do you see in me that I clearly cannot see in myself? And calling me a person is not an appropriate response. I will kidnap you again.
I'm being kidnapped a lot lately.
What? What exactly about me are you connecting with, I guess? I would like to understand what it is that other people see that I do not. I see myself as this fierce, powerful man, but you seem to be completely fearless of me.
You seem to be a kind soul that cannot stand to witness or take part in injustice.
I mean, I do follow all the laws.
It is more than that.
I
You do
guess.
not actually like to hurt people.
He raises his eyebrows at you. I would not agree with that. I do like hurting people. It is
Physically
quite
hurt is different to hurt.
fun. Well, I like to
People who do not deserve it.
Well,
Evil people, that's fine.
Well, about that. I would more generalize. I like watching people's reactions to the idea of their insides falling out.
And also, you are very different from anything I've ever experienced, and I am a very curious person.
So,
You fascinate me.
in what capacity?
You're interesting, you're scary, you're strong, you're certainly not boring. There's always something happening around you, and that is fascinating. I want to learn everything about you.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult.
What?
Because what I understand is you've basically told me I'm never not interesting. And I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not.
You'll figure that out.
Okay. Well, I wanted to give you something. As a thank you gift for talking with me.
And also,
Hmm?
everyone is deserving of love. And it seems like you have not gotten any. So I want to give it to you.
You notice a tear in his eye. Oh,
We do not get to choose how we come into this world, but we get to choose how we spend our time.
well,
And I like to spend my time helping others.
I appreciate that. Thing I was going to give to you, right? For helping to fix my antlers. They're fully recovered now.
This is amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Your fault.
My fault that they're fixed?
Duh.
That is a good thing, yeah?
Lovely fashion. He crouches down.
Did you want them broken? I could try and re-break them.
I would break you sooner than you would touch them.
Okay, understood.
He smiles at you as you notice as you kind of retract back a little bit from the statement. Like, it seems that you are not entirely unintimidated by me. That makes me feel a little bit better. Anyway,
You are very intimidating. I
I-
am not scared of you as a person.
well, you hurt my feelings a little bit when you told me,
I did not mean to.
which is surprising. Do it again.
You're a bitch.
That was kind of weak.
That was, yes. I don't want to hurt you.
Disappointing. Anyway, I wanted to give you something as a thank you. It is how would one put it? A little silly.
Silly.
Duh. And he picks up from his bag something shiny and metallic. It is a little it is circular in shape with a little notch carved out of it. So it's almost like a C shape with a very closed space.
Okay.
He pulls out another one. And you notice that on the end sitting on the ends of them, there's these little circular loops. Very small loops.
Okay.
And they have little things hanging off them. Little clay creatures. One of them is a little clay duck. It is, it's not a kneeling. It's a, you attach them to your coin purse. They're supposed to be a sort of reminder where it is. You seem like you lose things easy, so
I do lose things easily. They are adorable. I love them.
He puts them in your hand.
And he starts like poking it with his finger.
It quacks when you poke it.
Oh my god!
And they make different sounds based on the slight differences in the colours and shapes of the duck.
And Marcel completely loses himself in this duck. Completely forgets where he is, and he is just poking this duck and getting it to make various different quacks. It's so funny! You press it here, it gives him a little low quack, and this one's a more high-pitched one, and this one sounds more like a sneeze. It's a bit weird. But he just goes on like this for a while.
And there is one other thing I would like to question, purely out of curiosity. You're going to be spending tomorrow pretending to be Mason's boyfriend, huh?
I guess so, yeah.
I am curious as to how this would be.
I guess I hold hands with him, and
I have never quite formed connections with people in a sweethearted sense. I'm curious to see what it will be like.
I guess I hold him close, hold his hand, give him a little kiss on the cheek, pet names, that sort of thing.
What if he tries to cuddle you?
I like cuddles.
And he looks at you with a raised eyebrow.
Cuddles are nice.
That?
Yes.
No particular reason I'm asking this, I'm just curious. I have never experienced affection in that manner before.
I mean, you cuddled me the other night. That was nice.
I did not. I rolled over.
Did you?
Duh.
Oh. Okay.
I am still adjusting to having any sort of emotion. You cannot expect me to suddenly be lovey-dovey.
But you had your arms around me while I was in the bed.
For like 5 minutes.
That is a cuddle. This is what a cuddle is.
Oh.
You cuddled me.
I see. Anyway. Look out the window.
And Marcel scampers over to the window.
And you feel an arm wrap underneath your thigh
Hmm?
to lift you up. As he basically picks you up.
Oh,
so you
I'm
can see out the
airborne.
window.
Ooh.
But his
What do I see?
he is basically like kind of like he's basically moving his arms in a manner where they're hooked under your legs, so you're basically sitting on a chair that is his arms. It seems that our friend has a little guest, and outside is Scoria. You have following the suggestion that Xavier made, and partly believing him, partly not, you are outside with your spear. When a large cloaked figure approaches you with a slightly perturbing level of speed, they stop. You wouldn't happen to be a young lady named Scoria, would you?
That would be I.
The Night Mother's blessings.
Let Mother's blessings upon you, too.
The the great lady herself has recognized your situation of peril, and would like to offer a small item of potential importance. And from underneath the cloak, the gentle-voiced figure produces a obsidian amulet with a soft-colored gemstone in the middle of it. It's a slight bluish red in color. You notice that her hand is armored. There is a large metallic gauntlet that she is wearing on her forearms. A pair of amber-colored eyes looking at you from underneath the hood. The knight appears to have basically masked her completely. She is part of the shadow itself. Even the moonlight itself does not seem to pierce this cloak of darkness that covers her.
Gloria reaches out for the necklace.
And it is very gentle. The other arm reaches out from the cloak, grips your wrist, turns your hand, and gently pushes down the pressure point on your wrist to splay your hand open so it's fully opened before the pendant is placed in your palm. And she wraps your fingers around it before releasing you and stepping away.
Thank you.
It is perfectly fine.
Take care.
Yeah. Those eyes linger for a moment. Yes. You too. And as the cloaked figure is walking away, you notice a rather large, vicious-looking scythe strapped to the back of the cloaked figure. You didn't quite notice the first time. It has left you with a lot more questions than answers. But you can hear her voice whispering on the wind. Good luck. You will need it, for trials much greater than you might imagine have yet to come. And you watch as the silhouette disappears, almost seeming to be enveloped by the night itself.
Gloria takes a look at the necklace, turns back to the creamery. Does she see Marcel in the window?
Gotcha.
You don't need to.
Okay. Damn, it's the
You
first time
cannot.
I've rolled high the whole session as well.
You cannot, Scoria.
Okay. And Gloria heads back.
I have added the pendant to your inventory. It is on your equipment page. Should
I
you
did not
choose
want to open up Microsoft. Anyway. I am going to look.
So, Xavier puts you down, Marcel, as you watch Scoria return back to the house. Interesting.
I wonder what that was about.
It would seem that she has more interesting things going on than I thought she did.
Well, she's a very interesting person. Little scary sometimes, but
Anyway,
good heart.
you should return back to your bed. I am sorry for taking you from your restful slumber.
It is okay. I'm not allowed to sleep in your bed, so I guess I will go downstairs.
Hold that thought.
Hmm?
He kneels. For good luck, I think people used to usually do this. And he plants a very gentle kiss on your forehead. People back in the Assassin's Guild used to do this quite a lot. Those who still had family left. By the time that all was said and done.
Thank you.
It means nothing, but good luck. That is all.
Understood.
There are far healthier people that you could take a loving fascination in. Do not waste yourself on a broken person like me.
That is my choice to make.
And my choice to give you a forewarning that I don't want you to waste yourself. Anyway.
You can reject my affection. That is your choice to make.
Make an insight check.
Fuck!
What'd you roll?
2. 2 on the dice. So...
I'll let you roll with advantage. Purely because this is quite an obvious thing.
Yeah! $19.
You rolled quite well. He rolled miserably. It's very clear he does not want to reject that affection. It's so obvious, in fact. Because you notice a slight look of regret in his eyes the moment you suggest the idea. Well, no, I wouldn't. That is not what I meant. I mean as in you can do better.
Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. I do not care.
You should get back down there.
Can I do something? It's not for
What?
good luck, but...
What?
Can I do something?
He looks at you with a level of suspicion. What?
He leans in. And then boops him on the nose very gently.
He looks a little bit baffled.
That
Right.
is for good luck. For me.
I see.
Good night.
The door closes. You hear a sliding sound, followed by a thump against the door, and a very loud sigh.
Marcel thinks nothing of it, and totters off back to bed, looking very happy.
Roll a stealth check to see if you manage to sneak in without alerting Scoria to your presence. If you want Scoria, you can roll perception. If you would like to humorously catch him red-handed.
20.
Okay.
Hold on.
I was like, I know exactly where this is going. I was staring at the Roll20 chat going,
Oh, no, just a 15.
Okay, so
Oh, no, 16, but it doesn't make much difference.
Ha! Get fucked!
the one time that you rolled good this whole session.
Oh yes. Marcel, sneaky boy.
So you managed to slink your way down, get back in bed, and the next morning rolls around. As not much else of note happens. It is now the 7th of December, 67 AR. And the first person to get woken up in the morning is Marcel. As you have Mason looming over you. Morning.
Morning.
So, about what you said yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna help me with Mima, or?
I suppose so. I'm not sure how I feel about deceiving her, since she's been very kind to us.
Well, I mean, I don't want her to be sad that I'm venturing around, because I ain't gonna find the right guy here. At least don't think so anyway.
Did you say that?
Well, I've tried before.
I saw that you two were talking last night, so I assumed that was you trying.
Yeah, she didn't think much of it. Ain't the nicest thing to do, but sometimes you gotta be nasty to be nice. You know?
I guess so. Yes, I guess so.
Okay. Should I call you anything different, or I could call you Puddin'?
And also blushes a little for being called that.
Oh, did I say something wrong?
Oh, no, it's just very affectionate. It's nice. Yes, that will work. Puddin'. Puddin'.
Right, I should wake everyone else up.
What should I call you?
Hmm?
What should I call you?
Mm.
I'll think about it.
And as you're pondering, Mason very slowly starts rousing the others to wake him up.
What's Mason's charisma like?
Mason's charisma is higher than yours.
Okay, so he'll be doing me convincing. So I just realised this may not work.
Fucking hilarious, it was 2 low charismas.
Yeah, I don't believe a word of this.
She's just looking at you like, So, Mason wakes you all up. And you get breakfast. Belle's doing her usual.
Om nom 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 nom.
Hell yeah.
Big noms.
And
the nouns.
as you're consuming, Mason poses an idea to you all. So, Mima was saying I could take you all up to the, take you all up to Wormwood again, so you can figure out where you're going from, where you're going.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, well, I've packed up. I got a bunch of stuff packed up, and, the mayor sent a little letter to us yesterday about, well, about the idea of, what weaponry we should be expecting, things like that. So I guess you'll be getting some new weapons today.
That sounds delightful.
And some food supplies to get us from, well, to get you guys from point A to point B.
Food supplies?
Yeah. Like lots of different seasonings and different types of ready-made stuff, and I think the letter said something about getting pre-made things because you weren't sure what you guys would find on your way out. And every time you notice that he says we, or includes himself in that equation, Belle gives him a bit of weird side-eye. So, I guess y'all probably want to get your things and prepare yourselves for some adventure.
I guess so.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And Belle leaves the room. Mason looking a little bit flustered. So, I am planning on coming with. I gotta have a little chit chat with Mima first to, clear some things. If y'all would have me anyway.
Of course we would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It'll be so much fun. We can go on adventures and
Yeah.
we can make s'mores and
S'mores. I like me some s'mores.
it sounded borderline sexual.
I like s'mores!
S'mores! Sorry, just Oh, I need to find out when exactly in the recording that's gonna be, just so I can. It sounded so.
God.
That was laden with energy.
Energy. Oh
Hey,
no.
I know what I like, alright? Such a crime.
S'mores.
Morris is one of them.
Well, anyway,
You can't tell me you don't enjoy small smoker.
I mean, I love s'mores, but in that way?
wait till Mocha finds out there's a thing called food porn.
Food porn. She's gonna find out there's food porn. And she's probably like she'll either be like enlightened or burst into tears.
It's like, wait, people just make dishes look super good and super tasty. What? Anyway.
What?
Look, mine
Like there's
was
food
slow.
porn and then there's food porn.
Anyway, not deliberating on this topic for too long.
EOF.
Yeah, I realized after I said it. I was like, I know, Mocha's
Your
gonna-
prime.
Oh,
No!
poor Mocha. She's in for a rude awakening.
So, you guys start getting your stuff, preparing to get your stuff together, and Mason's got like a whole deliberate plan of essentially you guys stopping off to go and get the supplies that the mayor has promised and your new weapons, and then heading off to Birch Nest.
Okay.
And as the discussion is happening, well, there is one thing we gotta sort out, and that's convincing Mima to let me go. So Marcel said he's gonna help me out with that. Oh, and you guys should go and tell Xavier he's coming with. Mima said that he's probably best getting on his way now, seeing as he's fully recovered and not exactly keen to stick about.
That is fair, that makes sense.
So I guess if you guys could go and let him know that we're taking him with.
Okay. Who wants to come with me?
Okay.
Okay. And then I go off to look
I
for
follow-
Xavier.
Mr. Floor of the Ian.
So Scoria's packing her things up.
Yes, thank you, Scoria.
I was
Thanks,
like, hang on a minute.
Scoria, you're the best.
Of course.
Just picture Scoria muttering to herself like, it's always me that does it. God damn it.
She doesn't mind if it's me. Everyone else can go fuck themselves.
Question
I
mark.
do not have favorites. I do not have favorites. What are you talking about?
I'm just picturing Scoria, you know, like the Simpsons intro. Writing on the
Oh,
board,
no.
I don't have favorites, I don't have favorites, I don't have favorites.
She has favorites, and it's me.
until you eat her entire pack, and then you might not be favorite anymore. Anyway,
No, it's okay. I'm
So-
too cute to be hated.
that.
You wanna
So-
try?
So the three of you go up the stairs, while Scoria starts packing up the important bits that you guys have put to the side. And Xavier looks surprised to see all three of you. So, are you going to explain to me why you have collected outside my room?
Hello, you're coming with us, apparently.
Oh. Freedom! And he shouts that a little bit too loud.
I'm gonna scream with him.
Woohoo, freedom!
Woohoo!
Self-compulsion. Right. Well, I guess best back my things and... Oh, boy. Do I need to have any sort of aforementioned concerns or worries about traveling with you lot, or...
Nothing beyond the absolute normal. Which is a lot of things.
Don't let Moko get into your rations pack.
Understood.
Oh.
Oh, hi, Scoria.
Hi, Scoria! Scoria Boo.
I am watching you, Moko.
Haha.
Just
Get into
standing...
other people's ration packs, please.
I'm just picturing Scoria just staring at Mocha whilst, like, running her fingertip around the tip of the sphere, like, I'm watching you. I will shoot you. the moment
She's
you
gonna
go-
put like a fucking like alarm on her backpack, so when it's open, it's.
So Xavier comes downstairs to face after grabbing his bags, which was surprisingly already pre-packed for the most part, bar like a blanket, and joins you all whilst you all wait for Marcel and Mason to come through. Meanwhile,
Oh. This is gonna be so awkward. Alright,
Marcel,
let's fucking go.
you and Mason are sitting at the table when
point
Belle
is that
comes
we're
back
not.
in. So, why are you looking all serious? She gives Mason a little jab. Come on. You know, you gotta get ready to take him down there. Well, about that. And Belle looks at Mason with a raised eyebrow, then looks at Marcel.
Come on. And sort of nudges him with his elbow.
Well, I'd like permission to leave, because, and he looks down at Marcel. I found myself a little pudding. And Belle looks quizzically. Oh, so you're dating?
He might be.
I see. And she ponders. What about you two's, sparking romance?
I love me a big strong guy to protect me, because I am scared and afraid of the big fat bug.
Yeah, and I'm the biggest.
He's very big. And he genuinely blushes as he says this.
Yeah. And you notice that Mason has very rosy cheeks as he's talking. Yeah. And, you know, I was wondering if I have your permission to go on an adventure with this adorable little guy. Well, sugar, I mean, I don't want to call you a liar, but it seems all a little, sudden, don't you think? And she looks at Marcel.
He's looking at me.
So why exactly about him's, tickling your fancy, aside from the fact that my boy is a big fella?
He has the most beautiful eyes, and he has a very kind, calming, and warm personality. He's a very sweet man.
He is
And
very...
all of this stuff that he's saying is complete honesty. Marcel does actually think those things about Mason. The best way to deceive someone is to not deceive them at all and be totally honest.
You can hear his foot tip tapping on the it's like a bar stool that you're basically sitting at for the counter. Yeah, he's
And he just has the sweetest laugh.
well, I mean, stop it. Here. She ponders. I see. Well, y'all ever kissed? Since only been a few days?
Not yet, actually.
And she looks at you.
Well, how you say, I'm going steady.
Well, I mean, now's a better time than ever. Consolidate your relationship with a little smooch. Don't worry, I won't stare.
Marcel looked at Mason.
And Mason looks at you with a bright fucking red face.
And here's the useful thing about having about being a character with a chaotic alignment. As he grabs Marcel, as he grabs Mason
Marcel
by the
grabs
face with both hands and pulls him in for a smooch.
What?
Oh, sorry, I got a little overzealous.
Right. And he exhales through his nose very heavily, like the typical bull snort type thing. Well, see me, Ma? And you notice that he readjusts how he's sitting, so he's now sitting cross-legged. Like, rather than sitting like normal man spread, he's hooked one leg over the top of the other.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically angling the way he is sitting to be away from your line of view. Well, see? He's, we're going strong, Mimar, and, I think I'd like to pursue the world with him. You know. Where's Sugar? Well, I have to make sure that I put some extra supplies in. I'm gonna miss you, but you make sure to write to me once every couple of years, yeah? Of course, Mima.
You can write more often than that.
Well, yeah, I'm going to, but...
Make sure we get you some paper.
Yeah, of course, darling. Well, you two want, I'll leave you two lovebirds alone for a minute, and, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go grab another bag.
Okay.
Well, that that was, unexpected. And he
I
snorts
meant
through
what I
his nose
said, by
again.
the way. You do have a lovely laugh. You are a very attractive man, and you are very sweet and warm. Just want to point that out. It wasn't lying.
I didn't think you were, And for the rest of you, you notice that you notice that it's going down.
She totally didn't believe that.
You notice this going down because the window is in the right position where you can see from Mason's shoulders upwards, so you've just seen Marcel's ears the whole time. And if any of you, I'm presuming you guys have been watching because I know what you're like.
Of course we were watching. What do you
Yeah.
take us for? Not nosy bitches?
No.
Come on now.
Mocha's got her face pressed up against a fucking glass. Like,
It's popping up every time she exhales. It's like a constant condensation ring.
oh my
Fucking mouth blowing
god!
up like a balloon against the glass.
Yeah, like that's literally us.
Well,
Oh no, Xavier.
as you're doing so, Xavier comes over to see what all the fuss is about. And gets a front row seat to the whole thing happening.
Oh.
Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, Mason turns his head back, notices that everybody is staring and gets very self-conscious.
Can I wave?
Marcel,
Hello!
we're being watched.
Y'all are being naughty
Oh my God.
bitches.
Hell yeah, we are.
Can we hear them?
You can't.
The merchant told you well.
You cannot hear what they're saying, but you notice that they've noticed you.
I imagine
There's like a slight, like, muffled sound that kind of resembles what you're saying.
Helga taught us to eavesdrop pretty well.
Yeah. When it was pertinent. Well,
I'll learn a message.
yeah. So that was all pretend, right? Anything behind that?
Well, I do not currently have feelings for you,
Okay, that's fine. That's
but
all
all of the emotion was real. And I can't say I did not enjoy it.
well, that's all good.
You are the sweetest man. And you're opposite hair. Well, he tries to. I don't think he range.
You notice he tucks his head down a little bit. Well, anyway, we should. I'm gonna go get Peck in the carriage, and he gets up and very quickly leaves, making sure that his back is to you the entire time, and his back is to the door the entire time, as he goes through the back door.
Wow.
Don't you have
What-
better
what
things to
is-
do?
What is Xavier doing right now?
He's just staring. Well, that was fucking hilarious. She did not believe shit.
You really think?
Oh, darling, no. I know she didn't believe that. Did you not see her smile as she walked out?
Wait, so that wasn't real?
Oh no, they were definitely trying to sell it. They did not convince her at all. You think that that woman is able to notice that I am being deceptive or dishonest when I am, trying to be a proper assassin? You think that her picking up on the fact that I'm trying to be deceptive is any sort of indication that she did not? She definitely saw straight through that. Completely.
Oh.
Anyway, we should go and help Mason with the carriage. Give him about a minute. Let the hot blood cool. And he lets out a think like your stereotypical like villain laugh, like the kind of that sort of laugh, just bellowing, before going around the front to just basically do a little scouting around the area. Are you guys heading out there to go and help Mason pack the cart?
Sure. With what little I can do. Well, I do have like advantage on like lifting or something.
Yeah.
The fuck are you lifting
Plus
up? Your
four.
spirits?
Plus 4 to strength checks that relate to lifting or carrying heavy objects. But I also have like -2, so that's just +2.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it was fucking hilarious. You're lifting the spirits. Fuck me. That's too relatable, man. Okay. Is anybody...
I'll come and help.
Okay. Is anybody not helping?
I guess I will. I'm gonna be
Emphasis on
thinking
not
about that
helping.
kiss the entire time because Mocha can't believe it's not real.
I'm guessing like as you guys are helping, like whilst like Mason's like not within earshot, you're like gossiping. I'm picturing that's what's happening. Please correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong.
100%.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm going to Scoria. I'm like, Scoria, why would someone kiss someone if they didn't like them?
Oh no. Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna like kissing.
I mean, like, isn't that? I mean, you're supposed to kiss someone that you like, so why would he kiss someone that he doesn't like? Can I hold your hand when I say this?
I'm going to hold your hand when I say this.
Uh-huh.
People are weird, including Marcel.
Marcel's weird?
Bear in mind,
Yes.
Marcel, you are still inside the kitchen as it's happening because you haven't quite left yet. You've been intercepted, but I'll get to that in a second.
What just
Marcel
I've been
is very
intercepted by
weird.
Belle.
Maybe.
Is it? You better treat my fucking
People-
man right.
people will
Hush.
do-
That's
people-
fine.
People will do weird things in order to get ahead in life, and apparently Marcel is one of them.
Oh. That's weird. Marcel, why are you weird?
Oh god.
Are you saying this through the fucking glass?
Yeah.
Well,
What?
No.
I can't.
as you
No,
I'm
no,
look
gonna
no.
open the
over,
door. I open the door. Marcel,
Scoria.
why are you being weird?
Scoria
You're
speeds out
fucking weird.
to go help Pack.
Well,
But I'm
Mocha,
asking
as
you
you
a
approach
question.
the door, you spot Marcel being spoken to by Belle.
Oh
Marcel,
shit!
Belle has come over to you as you're getting ready to go out the back door to go and help.
Hello?
Y'all, well, darling, y'all need to work on your, deceptiveness. You're not exactly, selling much. I know.
That is why he did the talking.
Neither of you are actually dating, are you?
No.
You break his heart, I'll break your back. I mean that in a nice way.
Understood.
Don't let him get hurt. Okay?
He just wanted to see the world, and he wasn't sure how to break it to you. Apparently he has tried before, and not got through. So he came up with this little plan, and I went along with it.
He's pros the idea, but every time he's kind of backstepped. He feels responsible for making sure that I'm happy.
And is he?
He's not. My happiness is from making sure that my babies are getting out in the world and enjoying themselves. He was the only one that felt responsible to stay around with him, because everybody else left before him. And what I said to him about finding himself a man, I was kind of pulling his leg. He could have left at any point, but I think he took me a bit too seriously. Look after him. He's a precious little man.
And he does a little crossing his heart thing and says, I promise.
And also, she gives you a little chocolate bar.
Oh,
You notice there are two of them. One of them has a blue wrapping. The other one has a normal wrapping. In case y'all, ever get a little cold, take the blue. Have the blue one. It's made with a certain type of powder. It's supposed to warm you up.
okay.
She smiles.
Is it in case we get caught in another storm?
Mhm.
Okay.
Exactly.
We'll try not to do that.
Meanwhile,
We
you're
only got caught in the first storm because, we didn't have a choice.
and as she's about to respond, boom! Door opens and there is Mocha.
Marcel, why are you weird?
Why are you weird?
And that's where we're
I
ending the
asked you
session.
first.
It was boom! Why are you weird? End of session. So, we'll catch you in the next session.
Bye bye. Now, everyone.
Oh my god.